the youth.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Monday through
How
Friday.
you gentlemen doing?
Yeah, government worker mentality. That's what's wrong with the youth.
Good, man.
Hey, we live, Drew.
We live.
We're live.
We're live.
We
It doesn't
live,
get
Drew.
more live than this.
I don't care, man. This dude started with me, bro.
Hey, for all y'all who just showing up, I don't even know why y'all did that because this is gonna be a hot mess.
All right, now watch our numbers drop. Thanks, Jay.
Y'all already know. What's up, y'all?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do a roll call. Let's see who we got in the chat.
Let me
Give
see.
everybody a chance to settle in. Give you gentlemen a chance to settle in. Thank you guys for being here.
We got Mark. We got Corey Dorable. Ralph.
Somebody can see the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you go to your comments.
Yashua. CCA.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna let you talk. It's y'all chat.
You got it. No, bro.
Yeah, we got
This is dope.
Zed's in
Camera
the
comes
house.
on and
Little professionalism. Don't get it.
Raphael. We
Hey,
got,
man, you
we
can't
got
get
Bruno
mad
in the
at
house,
us
too.
today.
you should learn how to shut up sometimes, man.
How you doing?
Garcia Aquatics here.
Yeah, he's here.
Yo,
Hey,
hey,
we
have you
got
ever
Mark.
talked to him on the phone? You ever called Garcia up on the phone?
Yep.
That's exactly how he answers the damn phone.
Oh, yeah.
Garcia
You
Aquatics.
know what? He don't
Hey,
mean
I
no
just want to
harm.
say
He got it
that
honest, man. He Dominican.
I
He got
just
it
want to
honest.
say that I
He don't mean no
apologize to
harm.
the
As
world
innocent as possible.
when Garcia goes super viral, man, for putting that out there. When he first did it, I'm the one that put it publicly out there when he came to me with that. And now it's his tagline.
That's you.
And he also has been
That's
using
you.
it as his thumbnail, man. So
Hey, somebody time Drew out for putting that out there.
For real.
For starting
Hey,
that
man.
whole situation.
It was too soon.
Look, I'm gonna be the emperor, bro. Y'all need. I need to know.
hey,
I
man,
need to know.
he need his tagline.
I
Aqua
need to
Funk,
know.
you suck, bro. You should be the one with the thumb. Hey, 2 thumbs down for Aqua Funk just because his name starts with an A.
Because the thumb is up, bro. Look, bro, he has to be punished, bro. It's got to go
gotta
up and down.
The Biz gets
Up and down.
the gas face.
I mean, the ups. I
got a
got
motor,
it's
bro?
leaning that
Bro,
way, man.
you gotta relax.
You gotta be fair.
You gotta relax.
Like I'm not sorry. I'm a just ruler.
All right.
You may
Well,
stay.
we need to get going because this is going to be a good one. Obviously, these gentlemen that are up here with us really don't need an introduction, but we have to do it anyways. So, as you guys all know, we have Big Tank Hank here with us. How you doing, Hank? we got Drew FishyBizz.
What's cracking?
We have Aqua Funk. Aqua Funk.
Ow.
And our mysterious guest or mystery guest, if you want to call that, we got Mr. Jeffrey Watts here with us today.
Jay Wiggity.
Yep. What's going on, fellas? What's going on, everybody?
Most of you guys,
Captain Hayron. Captain Hayron.
Hey, Ron. Hey, Ron.
Hey,
Captain
hey,
Hayron. What's up, everybody? What's up?
What's happening?
all right. So
It's your boy.
while we're
Yeah,
here,
there you go. Hey, you got to let Big Tank do his intro,
Yeah.
man. Do
all
it.
right, go ahead, man.
Oh, we doing intros? We doing intros?
Yeah.
Everybody
We
doing
don't have an intro.
Go ahead. It's your boy.
It's your boy, Big Tank Hank.
Hell yeah.
I love that shit,
Hell yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's like on the commercial, bro.
Yeah, that's what we talking about right there.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Aqua Funk. Go ahead, dude. Oh, you
Hey,
funky
I
fried
have to
free
thank-
freaky
I have to
fucking
thank
idea.
Rob 93
All you-
for telling me I should be doing commercials.
Yep.
All you funky free felons, funkadai felon.
Well, it's always got felons in it, bro.
Jazzy,
I know, right?
Jazzy, smooth, funkadelics.
Are you? Well, go ahead and say it, Funk. How's it
It
going?
Go get 'em.
is what's up, all you stone cold, illmatic, funky fly, funky monkeys, King Kongs of aquariums.
That's too much that. But
Hey.
that.
It's not the
And then
same.
That's a little too
Hey,
much
it's not
sauce.
the same since he stopped talking about fish.
I know, right? I gotta change it up. Biz be like, Let's go. But all up in the
Hey,
thing
man,
with
you
his
gotta make
mouth
sure you
open.
look
Let's
around,
go.
man. And we gotta
Gotta
watch
look
our back
around like
here.
somebody talking to him.
Hey man, we gotta watch our
Jay-
back
Jay
around here. You gotta
Wiggity,
keep
you
your head
up.
on a swivel.
Give yourself an intro.
You gotta keep your head on a
If you
swivel.
had
in
one,
St.
what would
Louis.
it be?
I ain't got no intro. It's your boy.
What?
We'll say hello to the people, Jeffrey.
I really say hello to the people. Hi, Fish
He
Fam.
says whole
Hey,
lot.
YouTube. What's going
You
on?
should be like, let's get biggity with Jay Wiggity.
They already know. He's the only one. He got,
man,
dude,
I'm
you
just
got
a-
more
I'm
subs and like your analytics is better than mine, and you ain't even got no content. And
Here's
I
the funny thing. They're
I'm just-
asking if Jeffrey Watts has got a channel. And the thing is, he's got everybody that's on YouTube has a channel, but he's the only one of all of us that doesn't have any content and has almost as many subscribers as us.
And probably has the best tanks out of everybody.
Oh yeah,
And
and he's
you know
probably
what?
gonna pass us today.
We're gonna dive into
just
that
saying.
on the panel. That's one of the beauties about this hobby here. And
Gonna put you out there.
Dark water.
I'm
We're
just
about
your,
to get
I'm just
into
a
it.
friendly
Hold up.
neighborhood YouTuber.
Dark water. What's that mean anyway?
Oh,
That's all
I'm
you.
glad you asked.
Oh, why you ask, bro? Here we about to go, man.
How much time do we have?
Put a pin in it.
Turn my
Jeffrey,
lights
is
on.
there anything else you'd like to add so Drew can stop crawling and kicking and screaming on the floor?
I know.
You know the rule
Wow,
of
that's
five.
it.
He be around all them youngins, so that's why he acts like one.
No, I know that this is going to be a long evening. I got stuff to do. We got a
Got
first football game today. I need to be tailgating right now.
See, here we go. All right, Drew, hit him with your intro.
I already did. I
I'm
always
trying
do.
to.
You don't have to tell me. I always do.
I'm gonna say pause before and after. Give it to him. Give it to him good. Pause.
Wait, what?
He's doing everything else.
Pause
Hey, man.
again.
Hey, man.
Put that in the chat.
Hey, man,
Somebody
don't
throw a
talk to me
pause
like that,
sign.
bro.
Somebody throw a pause emoji in the chat, please. A big one.
Aqua Funk, what if
Please
somebody
and
else wants
thank
some of
you.
that?
I'll give you a
You
shout
gonna
out,
drink all
whoever
that by
does it.
yourself?
Well,
You
the
know how
wet
much
stuff
sugar
is
is
the
in
best
there?
stuff. Don't need a pause. I don't think that one needs a pause.
Put a
I'm trying
pause in it. I got
trying
you,
to
Drew. Hey, the homie Birdo came through. Put them spiders on your ass.
Come on, man, with the spiders,
Oh,
bro.
see.
Hey, Mexicali sent me the spider thing, man. He was tripping, man. It was a spider next to a campfire, and then all of a sudden a huge one just comes at the screen, man. It's all bad, y'all. Y'all be tripping with that.
All right. So what does dark water even mean? Because we do have a show for the people, man.
We back to that.
So
Where is it?
what is dark water?
Don't he host a cryptid show?
That's dark waters, and I had to make sure of that, and that's why I love you, big bro.
Bro,
And
wait
shout
a
out
minute.
to Dark Water.
No.
If you into
Dark
that
Water
kind of
is the
stuff.
movie that Johnny Depp, when he died, he came
That
back.
too.
in. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dark
So-
water be what in the toilet after we get up out of it.
It's a play on words. Zen Ginger, thank you. Garcia, thank you. Ralphie Joe.
And didn't
Thank
Captain Jack Sparrow sell Dark Waters?
He's still on this dark water thing. Man, he's trying to be serious. See, that's why.
So,
you
like-
know what?
So dark water is symbolic of something. Y'all
Shut
picking up on this. Smart people we have on the panel today, folks. It's symbolic of a journey. Going through something to get somewhere good. Dark water is an amalgam. It's a mix of all the waters, but that's usually the best water. Because
Oh, like jungle
beneath
juice.
it, yeah, because beneath the water is where the truth is, and the truth is
Tipsy
the monster.
bartender.
That's all it is. Ain't nothing but cold pimping. Hey, baby. Hola, mi amor.
I thought it was about water that had a lot of melatonin in it.
Yeah, that too.
Oh, okay.
But what's understood don't need to be spoken.
Melatonin water is African American water.
No.
Which
Get
would be
me
considered dark
through it.
water.
That's melanin water.
Bro, somebody's going to market that. I mean, they got something called liquid death.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
why would you
what
drink anything? Somebody will market something
If you're
called
trying to sponsor
melanin
me,
water.
Liquid Death, I'm sorry, I called it trash.
Yeah, call it Wakanda water.
Hey, there we go. That's the kind of water I can get behind.
Wakanda water, like 12.6 alkalinity.
What kind of water forever?
Forever. Dead. So,
Hey,
we got you
So what-
guys here,
Uh-huh.
and we kind of want to lead into it. Talking about social media, y'all creators, you know, Jeff, we got you here for your perspective as somebody that watches and participates, and you're also a fellow hobbyist. So, like our interaction right now on a larger scale in the hobby, but now the internet done hit it, and it's made it possible for us to interact with each other. Like I would have never met none of you cats if it wasn't for the internet. So each one of y'all, whoever wants to go first, how like explain your daily interactions as far as etiquette and what you experience, the responsibility of it, then being a creator if you are one, and what to expect, not to expect, like that, and let it fly, man. Talk
Why you
your
triggering?
talk.
Why you triggering people saying the responsibility of it, man?
I said this is the dark water panel. Monsters live in dark water.
The monster.
Hillbilly water.
Who want to go first on that? Who want to go first? Who want to talk on it?
You go ahead, Funk. I think you got something to say. You look like you do.
Release the Kraken.
Me.
Release the damn Kraken. Somebody put
Y'all,
the Kraken
hey, y'all
in there.
remember? All right, so social media, as you guys know, I'm taking a break. Well, you may not know because I really ain't talked about it. I just stepped away for a minute. The people on this panel probably know, and that's because I'm gonna tell you why. While my mind is in it, my heart is like all kind of twisted up. And a lot of it is because, well, some of it's my job, right? I got a new job, working a lot more hours, and I started thinking about what's the priority in my life, you know, because this does take energy. You know what I'm saying? I know I've done a lot of videos over the last 4 years. I think probably Biz has done the next amount, and then you got Hank and you got Mexicali coming right up behind with a bunch of videos. I know Steve got videos out. At any rate, it takes a lot of energy to do this, right? So I had to weigh the options with my job and this energy and the energy I needed for this YouTube. And when you said the word, where'd he go? He got Mexicali as his avatar.
I don't know how that happened, but go ahead.
When you said the responsibility of it, that's where I feel saddened with the responsibility, because you got people, and I'm gonna use Biz. I ain't gonna even talk about myself. I'm gonna use Biz as the example. Biz is out there doing big things. Big thing. In the 4 years that I have been watching, or 5 years that I've been watching, 4 years that I've been actually having a channel, Biz have been doing the most profound impact in the community. I would love to be there. I just don't have those opportunities right now. I'm trying. But you get people out there with BS channels because they're about entertainment, and they just get more love from the public. They get more support. They get more super chats. They get more channel memberships. So when I see stuff like that, it does sadden me, you know, because when I started doing this, I thought this was about education. I thought it was about sharing the knowledge and helping people out. And I found out that's not the case. That's not the case, unfortunately. And I'm not saying that there's a conspiracy out there. It's just human nature, you know? So as far as responsibility goes, you know, I got away when I was really trying to get my subs and get my channel growing. I actually had to sit on my responsibility and try and do more of the rah stuff to get people interested. So that's real difficult for me to wrap my head around, because even as much as I would love to do fun channels, which I'm still working on, like I said, I had to step back or I was gonna just lose my shit. I apologize for the cuss word on your channel, but
are you serious?
Yo, you know my channel ain't really.
Thank you.
So at any rate, the responsibility that we have as individuals, we have to fight against that responsibility and the need for subscribers. You know what I mean? It's difficult. It's a difficult juggling act that I needed to put down for a second. And I still am upset that Biz don't get the notoriety. If y'all out there right now, you ain't subscribed to FishyBizz Aquatics and ain't joined as a member, you need to do that because he's doing stuff that we all talked about everybody should be doing, but ain't nobody really doing it. And when he is doing it, ain't nobody really showing love. So I you know what I mean? That y'all just got a little taste of what's going on with me right now. It's raining.
Got a bird feeding on
That's
your.
big facts, man. Like thanks.
Well, to our rebuttal to what Funk was saying, I think what plays a lot into when you start out as a content creator is what your end goal is. For me, for example, I guess because I'm the newest of all of us. Most of my stuff I try to make it where it is educational, but for me, I'm looking this as a long run. I'm not looking to turn this into a successful channel overnight. As a matter of fact, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Because I'm not. This for me is more of an entertainment. This is my plan. I want to say 10-year plan or 15-year plan actually. I'm laying the groundwork for when I retire. Because once I retire from work, what I want to be able to do is have something that's gonna fulfill all that void of time, so that I have a schedule and I have something to do on a daily basis. And I'm just sitting there in front of the TV all day and then just waiting for the Grim Reaper to come for me. My ultimate goal is by that time, as I get closer to that, I want to be able to start breeding fish so that I can have a little business. And this is going to be my advertisement for that. And that's how I'm setting this up. As far as what the content that I'm trying to create, because I'm not trying to make this my means of income, I do what I want to do, and I do it on the schedule that I want to do. And I try right now as much the videos that I like to put out, if it's something that I think somebody's going to learn, because I've learned it from watching somebody else's that took inspiration from what they did. That's what I put out there, and I need to put that out there because, and Corey Dorable can attest to this. My last video talking about the spawning mobs was actually an inspiration from watching a video from her. And I always try to, when I'm going to do something similar to what somebody else has done, I make sure that they understand where I got that idea from. Because none of these ideas are necessarily original anymore. Because if you go on YouTube and you punch in whatever it is you want to do, somebody's already done it, and or the idea was born from that. And so, as far as for me, what do I think the responsibility as a content creator is? I'm trying to put out stuff that I've learned through the process of keeping fish, and and trying to share that with other people. Because what I understand is that just like all of us, when we first started and we found out that there was YouTube content that catered to fish keeping, we started doing a deep dive into that, and we come across a lot of these videos. This is how I got to know most of you, how I came across, and it was because I started watching Jason on a regular basis. From Jason, I learned about Drew, and then I started following Drew. From Drew, I learned about Steve and Jay, and then that interaction led me to Hank, and so forth. And that's how this circle has been completed. And then Jeffrey, because he knows all of you guys, has encompassed me into that circle too. As far as what YouTube does, I think that's one of the really nice things about this, and I see this with a lot of content creators. You start gravitating to like-minded people, people that you can relate to, and you can share ideas or thoughts that you have, and also that they can do mentoring for you, especially the most experienced content creators. So that's my take on it. I don't know who else wants to share their take on it.
Big bro, please.
Articulate that question out loud one more time.
Steve.
Articulate means to articulate artfully. Go.
Yeah, I'm well aware. Thank you, Drew.
Articulate.
We all respect your tutelage, kind sir.
Hey, expert tutelage.
The question the gist of it, the Reader's Digest version was basically what's your purpose, what's your plan, and what legacy are you trying to leave behind with your interactions and engagements here on this platform? How has this impacted you?
Okay, and it had nothing to do with the responsibilities of a content creator.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
For me, that's what he said that triggered me.
Yeah.
Right.
He just changed the whole narrative. It was about that.
But I'm saying, bro, the
Sorry.
responsibility of it.
I mean, after Aqua Funk said what he had to say, everything got lost in translation. It changed.
I'm a trendsetter.
See, that's why. That's what, because remember, I wasn't on the camera.
You are a effer upper.
Okay, now. So we're speaking of me. Okay. When I first came on, well, not even when I first. This is now. It's the same thing. People, because at the end of the day, everybody is leading their own life, doing things that other people don't know about, because we don't tell everything. And the only thing we have in common is when we come and sit down in front of these little boxes and watch the videos. We take different things in from different videos, from different. One person can speak totally different to the next person with the same video. My direction always was to talk to people, because people are lost. And I can piggyback on some of the stuff that Funk said, because I'm right there with it.
Yeah.
The way I make videos at first, like, hey, look at what I got. Again, if you think about it, it's a reflection on people. Hey, look at what I got. Simple, rudimentary, just look. Hey, bye. Set it down. That's where I was on the videos. Live streams started. That's the thing I gear myself toward, because I want to interact with real people, whether that be in the chats or whether it be the folks sitting in the front of the camera. I want people to know that they're not by themselves, that humans are pack animals, even though we don't want to be and we try to act like we're not. We are pack animals. We're supposed to be together. We're supposed to be cohabiting. But we fight against that. We fight against that so hard. Yes, that's part of what we were taught, over the centuries. But you can't fight your genetics. Your genetics are always trying to pull you to the center, when what you've been taught culturally and whatever is pushing you to the outside. I'll sleep too late. Look, I'll sleep too late. Fine, I'll be rushing to this camera because I have to be on it. I'll be sick. I'll have a stroke and be in the emergency room and in somebody's chat. Stephen Watts know about that one. They're like, man, why are you here, man?
Sleeping too late.
You was almost dead,
I'm letting you
man.
finish, because I got you.
You was almost dead, dude. YouTube gonna be YouTube. But people, I'm looking at 5 people on the screen, and y'all mean as much to me as I mean to me. I have a family here in this house who mean a little bit more, but I'm about people. You pour out so much of you that in my case it has become a health issue. And if we'll speak on the fish is the main subject, but hobbyists are people. The fish aren't the hobbyists. They say fish fam. Fam are the people. I just want the people to know each other, to be able to come together and meet and agree on certain things within the platform in itself. It's business, it's that beast, the belly of the beast. Mm-hmm. And it causes division. No. I don't get those super chats like that either, Funk. People be broke by the time they make it to looking at me. But always telling me about how much they love me and how much I this and how much I that. But do I ever divert from being that person? Never. Because that's not why I'm on here. Yes, I would like to be able to buy one Corridorus every now and then or something and say, hey, this money went back to the channel. No, I can't buy a Tetra tropical color crisp or flake or granule either. But yet I still show up because it's the people. We get so blinded by what this can be on a monetary level, not realizing that's a fallacy. Because the people who start making money on here, they're not making money off of their YouTube, sitting here making them a video, talking to the people. That's not where their money starts to being made. It's when them strings come out and get hooked to your shoulders. When you start making money, yeah, that too. That's when you start making money. And then you can't afford to make nobody mad. You can't, you know. I'll be just as eloquent and polite and piss you off. Because I don't care, because I'm gonna say what needs to be said, not what you want to hear. I smile, I joke, we'll have fun. I'm sucking the air out of this stream right now. But
no, I got you.
I show up.
Continue.
I show up every day like I think everybody else should show up. I have people that tap dance around me now, you know. I done developed a reputation. Oh shit. Don't take that to Hank. You know. I ain't ready to hear that, what he's gonna say. But you still know my messenger box is always open. My phone is always open. It don't matter what time in the morning. Don't none of that matter. On camera, off camera, still the same old me, Garrick Alexander. Hank, Big Tank, Hank just seemed to catch on. It sound good, but I'm not that dude either. So I'm really Garrick Alexander when you look at me on the camera. You know, when my heart is out there, you know, explaining to people that, you know, hey, get up, come on, get up.
So I mean, the thing is I'm not even really talking about the money. I'm talking about the reasons why we got into this was for the education part of it and the sharing part of it. And you try to be responsible in that aspect. I could safely say that every creator here, even Watts with his comments and live streams, have a strong sense of responsibility when it comes to this hobby. Mm-hmm. But with all the energy we put into it, you quickly realize, yeah, the education part of it, you know, that's fine and dandy, but in real life, that don't add up to much as far as views and all that stuff goes. Because I mean, regardless of the money, you know what I'm saying, you still need to have some type of a scale that's saying, yes, you are doing the right thing, you are on the right track. But when your channel is like straight across the board, you're like, yo, what am I doing? You know what I'm saying? What am I doing? And then you go, well, this guy's doing this fun thing has nothing to do with education, just putting out a whole bunch of BS, and they seem to be getting, you know, the notoriety and the validation, and you trying to be responsible and you getting diddly squat. It's a struggle. It's a struggle, is what I'm saying. Emotionally and mentally, it's a struggle.
And where does that lead you, Funk? We had this conversation. It leads people to a place to where now you're caught up in the culture, and you're really now just looking at it as a numbers game. You're not doing it for what you came in it for. You're not doing it because you like to help people and educate people. You're not doing it because you're a good fish keeper and you want to share what you're doing. You're doing it because it's a numbers game. You fall into that culture.
See, Watts is being unfair right now because we had this conversation yesterday, so he got some inside knowledge on my
No. Look, that's why. All of y'all have hit on this.
That's what I'm here for.
We run this panel.
I'm the extra.
Because Big Hank said it. We pack animals, man.
Yeah.
And all the successful people globally in any of their endeavors, they figured that shit out a long time ago. We pack animals all day long. Like I got a saying I go by, wolves don't need shepherds, man. Only sheep do. But guess what a wolf is?
A predator.
It's a pack animal and a predator. Absolutely.
Also a canine.
So let me
go ahead, Jay. Go ahead.
Chicken eater.
let me bring this up to you. I don't know if all y'all want to talk on it, but Steve's on this panel, and I just think it's gonna be fun. You talking about we all, pack animals, that this, that, and the other, which I agree, and I've seen coalitions of individual creators that actually team up, and I've seen their progression grow as a team.
They're the only ones that have.
My question to you is, how would they feel about this coalition?
Why you think we here? I said be a part of the future.
I'm just saying.
Oh shit! Cat's out the bag.
So
I need to mute my mic.
Like big bro, when you said I got a family in this house, and they mean more than you all, as they should. But I also have a family right here. See, that resonated, because what I want the viewers to understand is, like how we talking right now, this is how we talk.
You think they ready for that on a regular basis?
No,
that's not my concern. See, because at the end of the day, you got to come from a place of love and responsibility, bro.
True.
You ducked that question.
Just like Spider-Man.
You ducked that question.
What? Are people ready for that?
It's not your responsibility, but that's not the answer to the question.
Are the people ready for it?
Yes, they're ready for it.
How you think they will receive a group as this one going out there?
Receive it however they do.
Real simple. Look, people are here.
That's
people
right.
are here because they wanted to see every single one of us. Every single one of us. So
and you know what, the people that's in this chat right now, let me look. I'm looking at the name right now, and I could tell you the people in this chat know us as individuals before they knew us as a group.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But to the world, the outside world who doesn't know us, and they see this group of dark water individuals, because historically, whenever a group like us get together, people are very standoffish. Now, to the people in the chat, listen to me. This is just the way the life is. I'm not calling anybody anything. I'm just making observations that I've seen throughout history. Historically, when a group then people are real standoffish. They're kind of like, what's their real end game? So, do you think, as a group of minorities, we can go out there and say, follow us because we are this, we are that, without having pushback?
Absolutely.
Because let's be honest, the majority of people who watch YouTube, especially in this genre, are not minorities. They're white, which is fine. And I'm not saying that that's bad or good or anything like that. My son is half white. What I am saying is that most people kind of group together, and unfortunately, color is a big factor. So when they see a group of minorities, do you think that they would be kind of standoffish? I personally think at first they would be. At first, until they got to know us as individuals. But I think at first it would be a kind of like, ooh.
Yeah, because I want to expound on that. But go ahead, Jorge, please.
No, I was going to say, look, my experience, I guess, has been totally different, or I'm really naive. Because it seems like everywhere I've gone, I've been welcomed with open arms. So I haven't seen that side that some of you guys might have already seen. Maybe because it's new, I'm the new face on the block, or I don't know. But I don't see, and trust me, I spend a lot of time on different streams just because of my work schedule. I work this funky schedule, and I'm usually up 24 hours, based on the shift that I'm working, no different than Garrett. But the difference is I have access to a computer where I sit, so I can stream while I work. And so far, I haven't seen any of that. And if you look at with the demographics of my content, I don't see that either. I see people from everywhere coming to see what it is that I have to do. But again, it just could be that I've only been on since January, so I haven't been doing this for very long to be able to see some of those other sides.
Question.
Yes, sir.
Are we talking about the impact on creators or the impact on consumers?
Consumers. I would say a little bit of both. I tell
That's
you
two
what.
different.
Let me
That's two
expound
different
on it.
answers.
Let me expound on it then, based off of what Jason, because this is developing well, this conversation. So the first thing I was going to say to you, Jason, is a rebuttal about dark water. P-Game, just hear me out. Hear me out, Funk. Hear me out, Funk.
There we talk. There we talk.
That ain't what your mama name.
But you want to
So
know what
hear
she
me
called me, though? You want to know what she called me?
I don't.
Sangano. Sangano.
Little
Joe,
papito.
you said dark water.
Oh, you little papito.
Like,
Sucio.
if you think about dark water, there's only two outcomes. You have you got the brave who approach it pragmatically as possible, but they forge through. And then you got the bitches that turn around and go the other way. Which one you want to be? That's the first thing. The second thing is when you were talking about like the impactfulness of it and like the notoriety and the rinky-dink channels versus this versus that. Now I talked about the algorithm on one of our streams. The algorithm, it ain't this mysterious thing. The algorithm is the people. At the end of the day, this platform is about revenue. It's about brand safety. If you are not safe for a brand, you don't succeed. Are there people that have? Yes, they got Patreons, they got other irons in the fire, but we're talking about the rule, not the exception. And what happens oftentimes is people put their personal situation into something that don't necessarily have nothing to do with them, but they make it about them. I know what I'm here for, and that's all that I can control. Of course, I'm going to take the feedback and be considerate of others and their opinions, because I don't know, there's like 9 billion of us on this rock. So with that being said, like the whole minority thing, that's just earth at the end of the day. And it goes back to brand safety at the end of the day. So like I'm looking at the family aspect of it, and it goes back to what Big Bro said. And I'm gonna keep articulating this over and over and over again. Pack, animal, tribal mentality. I'm here for the people. That's what you said. That's why I'm here as well. And I believe everybody else on this panel feels the same way. We shared each other's stories. Your name's Jason. Your name's Jeff. Your name's Drew. Your name's Garrett. I don't call y'all's handles. Y'all know that. Like that Jorge all the time, because y'all my friends. I love y'all. We get on each other's asses all the time. Iron sharpens iron. And it's the truth. So when we look at the hobby, the way it like goes into this whole thing, it is a beautiful thing. And it's something that I hold dear to me. Like it's gonna segue into what we're gonna talk about now, like wellness, bro. Mental health, stability, responsibility, like this, bro. Some people don't have Birkin bag money. You know, they got whatever you get at the giveaway bin money. It's the same thing with Tank. Some people ain't got that money to just be slapping up all them scapes like that. But they watch these channels and they live vicariously through the other cats. Then you take somebody like me, like my heart get exploding when I see like a styrofoam cooler or something with some plants on top of it, because I already know it's gonna be some good shit in there, you know? Or if I see like a little raggedy box in somebody's backyard, you know, like a tote bin or something with a cover over of it, like, bro, what you got in there? No, now. This is G14, bro. Everybody can't see that. Got to know if I can trust you, because it might be some illegal shit. These are the people I know. I'm not saying none of us, but you know the game. So Why is that not more? I'll tell you why. It's because of money. I have to make myself relevant so I can sell you stuff. Hey, guess what? I have a website too, but I'm not in the business of lying and misleading anybody to sell them anything. If you want plants and I have them, I'll be glad to put them in the mail for you. It's that simple.
Lying and misleading works. It works. That's the sad part, Steve.
At the end of the day, though, we're talking about integrity, man.
I know, but I'm just saying. I've watched over the last 4+ years. I've watched the people who have tried to have integrity and watch their channels just fizzle out. But it's almost like the people want you to lie to them. Yo, thumbnail, just BS thumbnail, BS title, bang. It's like they want it. And it's like, yo, what do I do as a creator? Do I give the people what they want? You know what I'm saying? Or do I keep my integrity and just fade out into nothingness? It's like this, man. It's crazy.
What do you want to return? That answer that question is what do you want to return?
Well, and that's the thing. When you start out, you just want to share. That's all you want to do. Every one of us just wanted to share. But you get to a certain point where in your home life, your lady's looking at you like, yo, you've been doing this for 4 years. What, you know, like we got stuff to do around the house. Why are you wasting your time? Or, you know what I mean? You got money issues because, you know, over 4 years you've been buying tanks and fish and this, that, and the other, and buying equipment. And you're like, yo, where is this paying off at? Right. So I could say what I want in return, but I also got to have something to show for it, you know, to be like, look, this is where this is paying off. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the right track. And if
hence my analogy, hence my Birkin bag analogy.
Yeah.
Hence my Birkin bag analogy. So here's the deal. How many people do you know in this hobby as just creators going broke, trying to keep up with the Joneses, we'll say, euphemistically?
I've seen a lot.
And now you got kids and people that ain't creators at all doing the same thing because they don't believe that there is a recourse applicable that exists alternatively. And quite frankly, that's bullshit. I'm going to call it what it is. That's why we're here.
What part is bullshit?
Well, hold on. Let me chime in real quick. So when I first got in, I had one tank, and student had asked me what could I do, you know, on YouTube, because I made fun of his YouTube channel because he was rapping. Mm-hmm. And I said, I don't know, but all I do remember is having fish tanks in my classroom and students asking me about it all the time. All right. So I kept repeating myself. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll go ahead and put something like that. Not knowing what kind of community it was, not knowing that it was so huge, not knowing that, but I did have to realize that there is a community for everything. If you keep cockroaches in a plastic tub, there's probably a community on YouTube that does the same thing.
There is. There is.
Funk found me. Yeah. Funk found me first, so I credit him to finding me and bringing me and introducing me into stuff. Funk had been on for what, maybe 9 months or something before me, or a year.
It was like a year and a half, too.
Maybe a year and a half, 2 years. So it was, you know, he would let me the highs and lows, let me know everything. But when you first get on here, you don't think about the money. You don't think about anything about having to take sides and choosing between, you know, those who are making a lot in the tube and those who aren't. You just kind of, like everybody was saying, want to put something that you're doing out there
getting serious
and just see, you know, what kind of response you get back.
That's right.
After a while, you start looking, and then now you start looking at your subscribers. Now you start getting subscriber happy. That's when they took off the sub for sub, because at first it was like, you sub to me, I sub to you. You sub to me, sub to me. So YouTube put a cancel on that. So now you've got to make content that keeps people there that want to keep subscribing and keep looking at your stuff, or YouTube will slump them off without you even knowing. Okay. Mm-hmm. Once you kind of look at those odds and ends, you start looking at subscribers. Then YouTube tells you that, you know, if you get 1,000 of them, then you can start monetizing your channel. Oh, so I can get a little change off of this, not knowing that they're going to take 33% of it. But at the same time, you hadn't thought that you were going to get anything. So this hobby that you decided that you wanted to share with, whoever was willing to listen, that you didn't plan on getting money from, you start looking at the people that are getting money from it. And you start looking at the content that is being made. So you start off going something with your hobby, and you could take a detour trying to see what else and where these subscribers can come from and where you can get them up and where you can get the money at and stuff like that. Until you find out that you're probably in a whole nother niche. Because when I first got on here, I hadn't planned on telling anything about my family. I wanted to just be on the opposite side. I wanted to be Drew Clark off camera, FishyBizz on camera, but still it's the same person. I'm the same person. When you see me here, boisterous, loud, spontaneous, all of that, that's me for real. I just get to exuberate more out here on camera because I'm not in the streets of St. Louis anymore. I'm not doing it. I'm not promoting parties. I'm an adult. I'm grown and I got a career. But when you start doing a lot of different stuff and trying to figure out, what is it that makes people tick? You start making videos that you spend a lot of time on. You put man hours in and it don't get nothing. Now you kind of feel like, dang, but you still the person that still wants to put the content out to see who feels it. You feel me? But then you do a video real quick and fast and it goes crazy. So now that triggers you to be like, well, what the hell? What's going on? Like, are these people feeling it? Are these people feeling it? More and more years you put in, you start looking at, then you start trying to figure out other people's stuff. Now you're looking at, well, why is it that they got so many subscribers and they content to me looks like they didn't really put too much into it. And here I am
trash
busting chops. And I'm like, what the heck happened? Right. So, the more you start trying to look at that and then look at yourself and then look at something else, you'd be exhausted trying to figure the stuff out in the first place. And regardless if you already have, a career and getting money, which most of us already do, we all have families that take up a lot of our time. You can't really decide whose lifestyle is allowing them to put more time or energy or allowing them to get more airtime or whatever it was. But I can definitely see a switch and change from 4 years ago when I first started to now. And the way that the mind thinks and the way that this YouTube is changed over. YouTube family, YouTube individually, whichever way it goes, you're still trying to figure out how to get to the bag and then still how to get to the people's hearts, right? I never thought that I would be taking my camera in the classroom and showcasing students until students started getting the interest, and then now that's my niche, right? So now I'm in it. I'm in it wholeheartedly because, just like you said in the beginning, if you have something that you feel that people would like to see, look at, and understand and learn from, you're going to push that out. Now that I see that, regardless of who watches it on YouTube, now I've got a whole nother bunch of people looking at me on a daily to see if my fish tanks in the classroom make it or not. They're asking for tanks. They're looking for that and stuff. And so YouTube has been really decent to me as far as me asking for, I did a turkey giveaway. I did a ham giveaway at the school, and people start to resonate with that. So I'm there. That's where I'm at right now. But, if I was just doing straight content wise, a lot of people were looking at me like, you're not going to follow me because of my big words that I say when it comes to African cichlids and all of my knowledge there. You're looking at me for the hot spot and then the classroom that he do the kids stuff with. You know what I'm saying? So, where I wanted to have some people look at me for that, and that's where I thought I was going with it, I'm not even getting looked at that at all.
Let me ask you something, Drew. Because you brought up some points. The first one, you start for this reason, and then by the time you go looking at this cat, and you're looking at that cat, and you're looking at numbers and this and that, and you're trying to when you're supposed to talk about the fish? That's the first question. And then the second one, and then this one is kind of a segue. Once you do find your lane, figuratively speaking, all the misinformation that's out there, right? That right there is usually, well, I ain't gonna say usually. In my experience, the misinformation, like navigating that, because everybody has the information bias. So dealing with all that, because you got a responsibility to kids also, you know what I'm saying, in the capacity as a teacher. So you see what I'm saying?
Before you finish that though, the information is almost like the least what you're looking at right now. Only reason I'm saying that is because it's always going to be skewed.
Right.
We're dealing with fish tanks where the improbabilities are massive.
Right.
I might got a cichlid that could chill with a goldfish for years, and I could tell people like, yo, your cichlids is cool with goldfish.
There you go.
And everybody will ring me for that. Like,
Right.
are you crazy?
Right.
Especially mad cichlid keepers and goldfish keepers. I'm like, the dude is nuts. He's crazy.
Right.
And then I could combat those people and let them look at my tank and say, this has been going for years. Now, I could be lying. My goldfish could have died that night, and I got a whole batch of them.
Right. There you go. There you go. Bro, you are spot on this one here, bro. Keep going.
That is the true YouTube right there.
Go.
That's what happened.
Like
all of y'all dig into this, please.
People put stuff out there just so they can get that back and forth. And then that's where it is. It's gone to crap, man. A hell in a handbasket. Go out there and just do it. And
talking about you gonna buy all the goldfish in the store and act like you can't press pause and count the some bitches in the tank. You walking out the store with like 8 in the bag.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Mad comments, son. Mad comments.
I guarantee you. So I don't do content, but I guarantee you, if every one of you guys have a new tank with new fish in it every week, y'all will be at 5,000 subscribers now.
Oh, I'm sure. I just don't have money for that.
How
And is that responsible?
realistic is that?
I'm saying, but that's what people do to get to that.
It's realistic for a lot of people on here. A lot of people that are retired, a lot of people who's by themselves, a lot of people who are searching to go and do that though, for real. Like they out here going to do it. It's many people that go dumpster diving at PetSmart.
Right.
They go looking for these. They go and hit fish. Marketplace, grab stuff, and they just turning their stuff into whatever it is that they think they should be going after, and they can do it. I unfortunately cannot. You can only work with what you can work with, but just trying to see where it can turn the corner at. You know what I'm saying?
Put a pin in that. Go ahead, Jeff.
Let me give you another perspective to that. Is all those viewers, all those subscribers aren't real fish keepers, aren't hobbyists. They're just people that's just looking at it for the views. I mean, for the pretty fish, the colors, and that's it.
Okay, so check this out. Go ahead. Jeff.
They're not in it. They're not in it for the reasons that you guys are in it. That's all. They're not in it for the reasons you guys are in it. Go ahead, Steve.
No, okay, so check this out. Both of y'all, you, Jeff, and Biz, y'all both hit that one good. So for everybody on the panel, where do you draw the line, right? Between being responsible and realistic and basically condoning and glorifying compulsion, because that's what it is. It's compulsion. Well, because you got people that ain't creators, right? But they don't every square inch of vertical or what is that horizontal surface in their house got a damn fish tank on it, floors included. And I mean, come on now. And this I don't have a line
to draw. My line can't be drawn on anything that I can see what people are doing and trying to chase that. I can't do that. So right. My line won't be drawn there. All I can do is what I see in my tanks happening, and I can voice my opinion on what I know from what I know my tanks are. I've never said I've been an expert at guppies. Matter of fact, I always said I kill them, and everybody else said, "How you do that?" All they do is reproduce. They don't do it for me. So I can't say that what you're saying is wrong. I can tell you what's going on in my tank, and just like with the students, I can tell you the scientific portions of what's good water and nitrogen cycle and all of that, and you can have it perfect to a T. But I just had a young lady come to me and said that had the tanks, and she said, "Man, Mr. Clark, I don't know about this keeping these fish tanks, man. It's kind of hard." I was like, "Dude, you had like 3 fish in a 10-gallon. It should have been good and easy. She said, yeah, but I got to change the water and I got to do that. So maybe you just weren't ready to prepare to put the work in. So, you know, now I've got to talk to her and let her know that maybe easier ways to do it or better ways, just so we don't lose you in the shuffle. Like, that's where I'm at right now. So whatever the other stuff is that YouTube wants to cut, I speak the truth on mine. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everything I've asked for, everything that's been donated, I go and show and prove. Receipts is out there through videos, man. I don't mess around. Like, I can't. All right. I have different students, different walks of life, males and females, and males that want to be females, and black and white, and all kinds of. So my whole demo is across the board, skewed, whatever. And I just give everybody the same, treat everybody the same, and just let everybody know what's going on, man. That's just how it has to happen. If it ain't working, let's try to fix it. All right. If it ain't broke, then don't even worry about it. Let's just keep it popping.
Well, speak for yourself, Drew. So I'm like Steve. When it comes to this fish tank shit, I'm the GOAT.
Hey, go ahead, Hank.
My line is drawn by my life. I'm a very morally conscious individual who don't make a lot of money. So that gives me a window this big. And I could erase that line because I grew up, you know, on the outskirts of the hood, related to a lot of hood people, and I'm very intelligent. I could erase that line and probably get 100,000 subscribers. No narcissism here, people. I'm speaking the truth to you. 100,000 subscribers in a month. I could do that. But I couldn't live with myself for what would have to be done to do that.
There you go. That's why I was laughing.
True facts.
I mean, you can. Are you willing to compromise? That's what I'm saying. Are you willing to compromise?
Oh, you know what? You know better than that. You know what I don't do.
So
you're not, but a lot of people are.
Yeah, you know what he said, what I, meaning we prepare. Well, we go
right. And now touch on the compulsion part of it now, because it is prevalent. And see, like
man down.
I see him. Like in my bio, it's there. You know, I didn't grow up with a lot of money, but I really do love this hobby. Like, you got fish in my head, right? This is my information bias. You have fish aquariums, that's decoration, and then you have fish tanks, that's science. I keep both. You just got to tell people what it's for, you know? Like, and then I have fish tanks, that's science and decoration, or I should say an experiment, because I'm pushing the car. You know, that's like a less guilty way of saying neglect, and everybody does it. I don't know why people lie. Like, if you really have all that time to be doing all this stuff to a fish tank, you must really, like, you don't have a life. I'm a whole veteran, single dad. I got shit to do, but this is my hobby. That's why it's called a hobby. Your hobby usually does kind of encompass parts of your life. So I don't understand, like, where the disconnect came from, but I do. It's the money, you know? So my question is, like, so combating that, reaching out to the kids, reaching out to the people who want to have like a pure heart for this hobby, breaking stereotypes, treading in the dark water, literally. Where do you draw that line, that moral line? Jay, I know something is, go ahead, bro. Talk your talk.
All right, so this is all, and Watt's been trying to pull this shit out of me for this whole damn hour, and I've been dodging them. You asked me where the line is. I'm be 100% honest with you. I ain't even gonna lie. The line, where the line was drawn was back there for me.
Mm-hmm.
I already crossed it, and right now, I'm feeling the effects of it with the loss of heart that I have to do this right now.
Right.
When I started, I still love angelfish. I see them all the time. I ain't got not one damn angelfish in my house. Why? Because at one point it was South Americans, and then it was Central Americans, and it was all this other stuff that I thought that people wanted. And to be honest with you, it resonated for a little while, but I couldn't keep my heart on that subject.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And trying to follow, that silver button. I ain't gonna lie to you. I want that silver button.
That's
okay. And what I've been, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, as far as my I don't have not an angelfish in my house. When I started this, I even said that Deb Tim, y'all know the Canadian gal? She even did a video giving me a shout out saying, "Yeah, this is Aqua Funk." She called me Jason too. That drives me nuts. But but she said, "Yeah, Jason, he and the only reason why I'm thinking about this is because of the conversation I had with Watts. And recently I saw a video on Deb Tim, and it popped in my head. She was like, and Jason's an angel fish keeper, and his goal is to start, because I said this in like one of my first 2 videos. I want to start my own morph of angelfish."
Yep.
What the fuck happened to that shit? You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know what?
Where am I? I ain't know. 4.5 years, 5 years later, I ain't know this close to that. And I'm like, what?
That's what I wanted to say, Jay.
So my line already passed it, and
there's
I'm
your line, right?
Right now.
That's just one example. You are one example of many. It's not fair. It's not fucking fair. It ruined the hobby for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bit, yeah.
We're veterans. I'm gonna say it ruined the hobby for you because you let it. And then being a responsible man, because that's what I am, I'm also gonna say, how the fuck you gonna get out of the way of something you can't see coming? It's not fair. So before I get on the camera and Sambo and Coon and tap dance, and I got people assaulting me in my damn DMs when I put urban culture on the internet, talking about me because I have gold teeth. Look, I have this thing called TMJ. I grind my teeth. This is a lot cheaper than going and get fitted for those stupid ass mouthpieces. It's a dental prophylactic. Get fucked, people. Stop judging. That's where we're at. A prosthetic, I should say. So,
Daddy's home.
It's not fair to you. It's not fair to all those people. It's not fair for somebody to misunderstand or misinterpret something that somebody says and then go run back starting a bunch of nonsense. It's not fair to not be able to just keep fish. Like, I can compartmentalize. If I have to address you as the individual that you've shown me you are, I can do that. But just keeping fish, let's just keep fish. It's cool when I hit up Jorge and say, "Hey, bro, let me cash app you a dub, man. Can you hook me up with some of these?" Whoop-de-whoop. And through his schedule, working his butt off, doing what he's got to do, he'll still find the time. I'm that valuable to him that he'll take time out of his day to go put something in the mail. Going to the post office is a pain in the ass. And thank you, Jorge, that you care about me enough to show me I'm worth it. No homo and pause. But that's where we're at. That's where we're at. It's inside jokes, y'all. Come on now. That's where we're at. I ain't gonna let you slip. You know. But yeah, it's not fair to you, Jay. But please continue.
No, I just want to say real fast, Zen, I love you for putting that comment up there.
Where's she at?
Her last comment.
Angel Freak.
No. Yeah, the one for that. When I first started YouTube way back when, I was Aqua Funk, the Angel Freak. And the fact that she remembers that makes me feel good.
Bro, I remember when you and we used to argue, the fans. Me and Jay used to argue because he'd be like, "You be over here speaking all these big names and, you know, Snuffleupagus, Buffaleupagus, and all that stuff." But, you know, let me start talking about some Altums or some red-shouldered angelfish or anything like that. This dude going ham.
I know. Right.
Or some Jinghu rivers or anything like that. He going ham. I'm
You're
like,
right.
okay.
And I
He
don't-
can
and I
read.
don't-
He can read
And I
books.
can't remember the last time I did an angel video, man. That's the thing, man. That's like, I'm disgusted with myself. You know what I'm saying? For following that damn.
Because it started. You love angelfish. Hey, hey, bro, let me videotape it. Talk my talk. Put it
I
on
used
the
to,
internet.
I used to hate Funk because he loved angelfish because I just couldn't understand them.
I ain't gonna lie, I used to hate
Just
them.
were weird to me, man.
Everybody
why
used to hate me.
Why does dude like angelfish? And then now I've got his angels in my tank doing really well, and I've got them in the classroom.
Big Hank, I want you to chime in on something.
Maybe I'm the angel freak, funkadelic, funky, nasty.
Watch, wait, check this out, because I saw something. I saw something in you when a comment was made, and I want you to chime in on this. And it was something to the effect of when we were talking about it's not fair. It's not fair that happened to you, Jay. And you just one example of a lot of people. And I know people that from just YouTube, and I ain't gonna say no names. But they just stopped. Because you can't, it is. It's your fault because you let it. But how you gonna get out of the way of something you can't see coming? So I know that you got something to add to that because I saw it. Go ahead, big bro.
Well, no, it is. It's one of those situations where you can't see it coming, but it's right in your face. You know, it's crazy. As crazy as it sounds, and it seems that other people fly on the wall situation. Other people will see it coming. They're supposed to care, but won't say nothing to you. You're doing the same thing though, you know. They supposed to pull your coat, pull your coat. Hey, bro.
Bruh.
Man, why in the world? You know, this is looking like this. Why are you not doing this? Why are you not doing that? You know, what happened? And then, you know how they go.
In real life, how many times has that backfired?
Well,
but each and every one of y'all have done that. I know for a fact all 5 of y'all have done that. Like,
to
bro.
the people that's in the circle. That's what I'm saying. You can't say that to everybody.
But that's what he's talking about. It be people that's supposed to tell you that don't. Yeah. They see it, and they don't say nothing. So what is that? You know. But I mean, I'll give you an example to kind of bring it back to fish, like Planet Aquascapes, the dirted method, deep substrate, versus something like what I said earlier. A styrofoam cooler with some floaters in it and like some hornwood or something. No auxiliary pump, nothing, no electricity, just a box, a styrofoam cooler with some fish in it. Dude, I don't know why, but like that fascinates me. And and I have a lot of them in the backyard. Obviously, I'm not gonna put it in the front yard because it's ghetto, but why is that not more pushed?
It's not pretty.
Yeah, why don't they push it?
It's not pretty.
A lot of people in the hobby, they ain't got no money.
It's not pretty.
I think it's beautiful.
And the next person who has money is not pushing it because they want you to spend money with them. And just touching on that particular situation, my most successful better fry spawn was done in what? A styrofoam box in the corner on the floor in this room.
In the closet.
All the rest of the ones after that, where I was using a tank and this, that, and the other, hit or miss. When I had that old rudimentary styrofoam box with my water, with my top of leaves, you know what I'm saying? Man, so look, hiding spaces. What's
we
going
got a
on,
new
George?
guest. What's going on?
Marcia Qualings here.
Hey man, you gotta
What's
calm
going
down.
on?
You gotta relax. You gotta relax.
What's going on?
I don't think he knows how
Where'd
to.
he go?
Yeah, I don't think he knows how to relax.
That's my guy.
Don't hit no buttons.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah, that's the way I like him right there. Where you can't hear what he's saying. You can see him animated, but you can't hear what he's saying. Berto, you're muted. Your mic is muted.
Where the funk go?
He had to go inside. I'm waiting for him to pop back up. Hey, Berto, your mic is muted.
That's fine.
I said don't touch no buttons now. Everybody touching buttons. Oh.
Oh, he's gone. Where did he go? Oh, wow. Let me see if Jason's back on.
What's up, Eduardo?
Okay, so
I'm still here. Hold up.
Okay.
let we talking about this, and obviously everybody do fish tanks because of wellness in some capacity. If you do fish tanks because you like it, that makes you feel well, that's wellness. So y'all dive into that, man. Dive into that, like
I'll go
as
first.
creators and how it go. Please, yeah, Drew, you especially because of the kids and everything, like what you got going. Please.
Yeah. As soon as I figured out that, well, I've always had an issue with putting our youth on medications for small minor issues, man. When I was young, my doctor had put me on there with ADD or ADHD, and my mom, and he wanted to put me on medicine. And my mom, this is the 80s, y'all. So my mom was like, "Man, you ain't about to put my son on no medicine. I got something that'll handle that ADD. When he get out of line, I know how to get him right back in line." Right? So it was the switch or the belt or whatever she had close was getting thrown, and that's how that went, right? Now that we're a little bit more timid with our children, whatever the case may be, you have your own thoughts on it. Now it's putting them on this medicine that makes them comatose. You know what I'm saying? And these kids, they can't even be kids no more. So you 6 years old, you can't even run around because you just on this medicine that make you comatose. At what line do you draw between they need to be put on medicine or they know how to be a 6-year-old that can run around and play and do all of that jazz, right? So when I found out that even through the hobby and even myself with keeping fish tanks, I really never thought about the focusing I was doing until I just realized how much time lapsed when I'm looking at a fish tank. And that time that lapses is a calming time. It is a focused time. It is a time that your blood pressure goes down, or your ADD makes you're focused now. And then when I got into the chat, the YouTube fish tube thing, I noticed that there was a lot of older guys, man, that from Vietnam and World Wars and vets and stuff, and they have fish tanks and fish tanks upon fish tanks, said it calms their PTSD. And I was like, man, that's crazy. And so when I was in school, I tried it out. Kids that would be running around and doing all that when I had my fish tank, I tell, hey, man, go tell me what the bluefish is doing, man. Just let me know what he does for a second. They'll go over there and say, "Oh, the bluefish is doing this, but there's a yellowfish over here, and then there's something right. I don't know what that is. Can you tell me what that?" And it just presented a whole new refocusing. And so I am a full proponent of fish tanks for kids, for students, for people. Period. Small, big, whatever the case may be, just for the simple fact that I've seen it work. I use it daily. And so my goal is to have a fish tank in all the classrooms that I have at my high school, or all of the houses that my students are in, just to see how it works, man. Just so they can see that you don't always got to pump these kids full of pills. They don't always have to be rambunctious and running around. They could have some downtime away from giving them the tablet or away from giving them the TV screen. You know what I'm saying? Something that's natural and that's teeming with life. And it's big for me right now. So all the stuff and all the strife that I've got going on in my life, and I've been in the hospital with every immediate member of my family, including wife, and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
All of that negative stuff could have made me just shut this down straight up. I was thinking about it really hard, especially when my daughter passed. Like, it was done. I was like, why am I doing this time and this, that, and the other? It wasn't until last year, y'all. I'm gonna be for real, because I talked to Funk about this. Funk's talked to me about a bunch of stuff, and we still keep pushing, man. And I think that's why it's so heavy on our hearts to see why we don't see as many people rolling with us and more than anything else, because we put our lives out there. I definitely put my life out there, and I'll let you guys know, where I'm at, with mine. But I handle my pain in a different way, man. If I can see kids being happy and they coming back to me and saying, man, Mr. Clark, this is happening, this is that. That's where my joy and my love comes from. That helps me deal with the pain that I got in my real life. So that's why I put that out there. But for me, that's what makes it real. And was last year when those kids, I had so many kids coming up and was like, now, as a matter of fact, it was three or four. They were like, man, Mr. Clark, I would really love to have a tank to take home, man, since you showed me how to feed them and then and how to change the water. It just seems like I can do it, man. And I would love to have like that fish. And if I could have that fish, can that fish go with it? And it just hit me. I was like, hey, man, what I got to do to get these kids all tanks? And what I got to do to instruct them and make sure that they all go home happy and they'll keep them over the summer, man. And after that's it. That's it. I'm with it.
Can I throw something in there, bro? Because you just brought up something, and it's gonna go. We have to emphasize this, man. Because you such an humble cat, man.
For sure.
And we like that. We not used to hearing compliments about ourselves, about the good stuff we do.
Oh, for sure.
That's what you're teaching them babies. We've talked about this, but I remember when you had hit me up, all excited, and I was still active duty, y'all. I was in Pearly. Pearly is my loud ass GMC, so I'm blowing down the freeway. I'm shaking windows, mad as hell because I've had a terrible day at work. Drew hit me up. He was like, bro, check your YouTube. Check out this video. It was a video of him. He had all the kids
right on that, Wardo, right
up there at the front of the class, and they did a thank you, Steve video, because he has like videotaped them unboxing a bunch of stuff I had sent them, for the classroom. And when I watched that video, like I ain't gonna lie, I got all choked up and stuff, and I stopped spazzing. I don't care. I'm gonna say that's our word, bro. We from the 80s. That's why they was trying to put us on pills, because we was spazzing. And fish tanks help you not spaz. So, like, I stopped spazzing, literally. And I watched that video like 2, 3, 4, 5, a bunch of times. And like right now, I can turn that video on and I will still get choked up. Fast forward to last summer when you got them into the tanks in the summer after COVID. And you popped up the video again, showing all the little homies with their tanks. Okay, let me tell you something. I know what pride feels like when I see it. And it dug down in me, bro, seeing all them little homies proud of their tanks. It's the same pride that when my children brought me home one of them drawings, and I'm like, what is that? A self-portrait? And they're like, no, it's a chimpanzee. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, okay, it's an alligator. I got you. Again, that's a quote from the movie Parasite, y'all. It's and I still have all of them stored away. That's that beauty right there. That's what we need to guard. Go ahead, Garcia.
Sorry to cut you off, but I just wanted to get it off my chest. It's been for a while. Funk, even though you not going to be on the screen and doing your videos and stuff like that, but there's one thing I got to tell you, though. Thank you for bringing me to this. Even though you bring me to the chaos that's going on now, but I'm going with it. I'm just doing me. Yeah. If they don't like me, oh well. If there's people that like me, okay. But one thing I gotta say though, for you bringing me here, bro, and then Biz for branding me, much love, bro. Hank,
hey,
you got those muscles. Much love.
Grassy ass.
Let me ask you something though.
Hold on.
Look, you said if they don't like my tank, you said if they don't like my tanks, oh well.
No, he said they don't like him. He said they don't like him.
Look, that's what it is. Do you like your tanks? That's why you're on YouTube, right?
Right on, Hippie John.
I love my tank.
Look at them tanks.
I gotta tell you, when I was down and out, I was not where I was supposed to be. I was too wild, going to the bars, going crazy with women, doing all this crazy shit, spending all the money. Then I just said, you know what?
Tricking.
I gotta slow down. And for me to slow down, I had to wait until I had a heart attack. After I had the heart attack,
damn, Garcia.
And then after I had the heart attack, and then after I had my heart attack, I met Funk with PB, and then they got me into. They're like, come on, you got to do this. You should do this. You should do this. So I said, you know what? I did it. And then after that, I started getting tanks. Then another tank. Then another tank. Then another tank. Now I got too many tanks in the house. But I still got space for more. Because I'm turning my house into a pet shop, and I don't care.
Long as you let the people know that's what you're doing, who should have a problem with that? The square business.
My thing, I usually tell people this and they little stand up, they kind of look back, step back a little bit. I ain't emotional about my fish. I'm not emotional about aquariums. I know the effects emotionally and psychologically they have, but to be honest with you, I just like observing stuff. You know what I'm saying? The observing a fish doing a certain thing and all its little behavior issues. And when it dies, I don't cry. I don't have a funeral. I don't make a big deal about it. You ain't gonna see me on the chat being like, oh, my fish just died. Nah, I'll be like, oh, there's room for another one. But like Biz, I do want to share the hobby out. He does it for his kids at his school because he gets that gratification, which rightfully so. I always say big ups to that. But for me, I look at where I grew up at in the bricks, the projects, whatever you want to call it, poverty, whatever you want to call it. And I look at what I had options of my future. Being an ichthyologist, being an ocean biographer, none of that stuff was ever on the table for me. Right. Never. You know why? Because I wasn't exposed to it. So for me, if I could put an aquarium in someone who's underprivileged, and at first I was always talk about minorities, but to be honest with you, I've learned over the years that underprivileged don't just mean brown, black, Asian, whatever. There's plenty of white people out there underprivileged too. So it doesn't really matter as to the color. You know what I'm saying? I've realized that color doesn't matter when it comes to underprivileged. If I could put an aquarium in someone's house that's underprivileged, and as a child in that house could get a spark to become something more than a rapper, a football player, in Latin terms, it's a reggaeton artist, a comedian, or some type of actor, or a baseball player. You know what I'm saying? If you could be something else other than a blue collar worker and any of that, there's more options out there. But when you're underprivileged, you don't see those options.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're not exposed to an aquarium when you get you talking about substrate and hardscape. That's geography. Oceanography, but chemistry, biology, nutrition, all that stuff in one little 10-gallon tank. You know what I mean? So that's why I do my giveaways, is so that, hopefully some child out there could get a spark and actually go, you know what? That's a possibility for me. That's my thing. But I don't get emotional about aquariums. As far as the PTSD and the emotional stress, I know it exists. I just don't go through it. That's a good
thing.
But
I'm gonna expound on this. Let me do two things. Yeah. Garcia, thank you for popping up and adding to the thing. I'm gonna go ahead and bring Mexicali back up so we can finish up this stream. We've been going for a minute here. Thank you for coming, brother.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Garcia Aquatics.
Already.
I knew he was gonna do it.
Big Hank, check this out. Jay, you said I'm not emotional about my fish.
No.
I want to ask you something, big bro, if you don't mind me sharing this with the people.
Yeah.
We talk to each other about life, y'all.
Yeah.
And I'm a little more private with my stuff, but I don't know when the last time I didn't have some BS going on. It's been a minute. So when you was talking about, like, you don't spaz out when fish die, right?
Yeah.
Me and big bro, like, we've talked about this. Like, fish as a kid helped me understand death as a part of the cycle of life. And I shared this story that I lost my mom with you, big bro. And I was down bad because I lost one of the first of many from the Rona from 19. And the first one I lost, I had called him that weekend, telling him that they had pulled the plug on my cousin the day before Mother's Day. So it was just like it was a shitty situation. It was a terrible decision to make. It was like, do we do it on Mother's Day and, be reminded of it on Mother's Day? Either way, you're going to remember it on Mother's Day. And it's amazing how the parallels of just liking to observe things can help you understand things. And it just demonstrates how you move as a person. I'm looking at that when I see people's channels, because that's what I do. I like science. I like observing patterns in things that exist. And I'm sitting up here and I'm thinking these things. And big bro, I want you to, if you can, expand on, because this is Dark Waters, expand on the mental health part of it along the lines of acceptance, impermanence, and basically dealing with the struggle every day, like the bonds that we have from the fish, from talking, from everything. I think,
yeah, it's frozen.
Yeah, it should be buffering.
Well, in meantime, while he gets back,
okay.
I know that really also rings true with me and the conversations you and I have had over the course of this time that we've gotten to know each other. And I think like you said, you're right on it. It started out because we had that commonality of keeping fish together. But that has allowed, as corny as this is going to sound, allowed our relationship to really blossom as a friendship. You've really become a close friend of mine and a confidant that I can, if I'm going through something, I know I can pick up the phone, give you a call, give Jason a call, all you guys at any given time. If I'm needing just to have somebody listen to me, not necessarily, I'm not looking for an answer. Sometimes we just need to offload whatever is bothering us. And to be able to have that is I think, a true blessing. I mean, very few people have that opportunity to be able to have somebody that they can pick up a phone and call and be willing to give you their time to listen to whatever it is you got on your mind. As far as, with the fish and the mental wellness, I can totally relate to how having fish has allowed me to have a place where I can go and when I need to take a mental break and not worry about the day-to-day things that are going in my life, and just be able to sit there and just kind of just sit there and watch. And it really does have a calming effect, in my opinion. Just to sit there and see these little fish in the tanks do what they do, and it allows you to have that mental break so that you're not getting worn down by whatever outside interference are going on. To me, and I know this because just like Drew, when again, I'm a 70s baby. I was very hyperactive. I got diagnosed with ADHD also. But luckily, again, my mom being Mexican said, "Nah, I'm not going to give up." One, I don't think she could afford the medication, to be honest with you. And the other one was she was not going to put me on something that was like Drew had mentioned.
What I tell you about that, phone? Want 5 across your lips?
Change who I was. So luckily, they had an alternative where I would take a break from classes and go spend a couple of periods. And I still remember it to this day because what they were doing is they would have me do short activities that would always capture my attention for no more than 2 or 3 minutes, and then switch it out, do something different. And that's how I was able to get by through the school day. But what I did find, even when I couldn't afford to keep fish, I used to love going to the stores with my parents, especially if we went to like a warehouse or we went to a pet shop, because I could spend hours just looking at tanks. And even though I knew I couldn't have that at home, and I think they kind of got onto that because that's when I would be the calmest, is when I wouldn't be running around the store. I would have that initial excitement because all of a sudden I'm walking into a place where you look at all these different tanks and you're kind of going in there. But once you got over that original, just moment, I could sit there and just stand and look, and it had this calming effect. Right. And it always has. That's the whole reason why I keep them now. And I think my wife is starting to understand that now, that she's allowed me to continue with this and continue to do that, because it does give me that opportunity to get away from stuff for a little bit. Just being, because you're in any relationship, sometimes you're going to have disagreements, and she knows that the way that I can calm down is I'll go into the garage, give me 10, 15 minutes. Let me go do something over there. I'll think about whatever the situation of the problem was and reflect on it and come back in and be a lot more relaxed. So to me, that's what's the upside of having fish tanks for me.
Right. And Hank, I know we lost you. If you will, go ahead.
I thought I was still here. I was looking at me on the screen when y'all said I was
gone. Oh man. Like, I'm pretty sure you will say the same thing George just did, which is why we all friends. Because I feel the same way. Ain't nobody said nothing that I don't feel.
Yeah. I'm in the same place, man. ADHD when I was little, except my mama didn't know nothing about it and nobody diagnosed me. I was 39 or something at my job listening to a podcast, and I'm like, hey, that's me. What? So I went my whole childhood, punished for this, punished for that, all kinds of stuff, because nobody knew that I had issues.
Yeah, see?
Now, beat it out of you or pray it out of you. That was the options.
What I started doing, me talking about the tank in Big Tank, Hank, and how I was saying I would catch, if I could catch it, I kept it in something.
Yeah.
So it went way beyond just fish. But I had imaginary animals. I remember I became a what is the falconer? I made a falconer.
Rapper's delight.
Yeah, like the Mink Man. Y'all be watching the Mink Man?
Yeah, I love the Mink Man.
Minkery, bro.
Hey, he's going crazy.
I made
how can he make it? How can he make it when a fish die? The whole world goes crazy.
I have no idea. Cool. I guess people don't like rats.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, because I ain't seen
More
the
than
meat guy, none of that either.
I don't know. Hey, what? Hey, call
You
me
talking
up
about
now.
the
We gonna have our own.
he said he had the
Yeah, you know, I don't know.
falconry. Did you read that book, My Side on the Mountain?
I don't
No.
read no books.
Oh man,
No.
it was about the dude. It was
Man, I
about
ain't
the
read since
dude
8th grade,
who had
brother.
the falcon and lived in the woods, and it was like a whole nature series. There's like a couple of them. It's like My Side of the Mountain, I think it's called.
No, Steve.
They make a
no
movie
one
of it
did
yet?
that shit.
Yeah, if it was on
Zero
TV,
culture.
if it
Zero.
was on TV, maybe, you know.
No, I went on TV. But
Was
go
it
ahead.
a library or something?
Go ahead.
Got on soundtrack.
But yeah, I found myself always having some kind of animal in my room. And my mom and them, I guess, probably never even put two and two together.
Me too. Me too, Hank.
I would
Me
be
too.
missing. There you go. Hey, I would be missing, you know. I ain't causing no trouble, no problem. He ain't breaking nothing. He ain't knocking stuff over. That's okay. That's fine. No, have no idea why. You know what I'm saying? But I would always be in pursuit of a critter. Now,
Me too.
yesterday I found out, man. Yesterday I found out I've been having panic attacks. I know I had anxiety from a little fella because I had ulcers in the elementary.
Right.
But I've been having panic attacks and anxiety attacks, man, quite a bit for the last few years, and I didn't even know that that's what it was. I was calling them any and everything, and just found out yesterday, talking to a psychiatrist, that that's what I was actually going through.
Damn.
That's crazy, right? That's crazy.
No, it's real.
And
It's real.
These tanks, man, I when I was going through depression, when I had ruptured my Achilles and started with that tote with the feeder fish in it.
Mm-hmm.
From there, you know, I realized what that was for me, and I never stopped from then. Slowly, YouTube came behind it.
Hey, stop hitting on the tanks. They don't like that.
I had to be able to look in these fish tanks. Had to have access to it, man. Had to have access.
Jerk right there. You said a jerk? Jerk. Say, can you say jerk?
Hey, tell him to mute his mic, little baby.
Sorry, I ain't.
Well, I said my grandbaby over there. Oh
Lord, that'll be something.
Get him, so she beats me down. Oh,
so I just came into this realization that, like, I thought my folks was cool. Nah, they just got tired of beating my ass. That's why they let me have all them animals in jars and stuff. Cause my grandma wasn't really trying to fool with no snakes, no lizards, no frogs, none of that. And I had all of that. I was like the little dude on
Hey,
yeah, I was like the little dude on Old Yeller.
When you grow up dirt in the South, like my folks, snakes, rats, lizards, all of those are pests.
No bueno.
They don't need to be in the house.
It's called dead. That's what it's
called.
called.
Get a rake and a shovel and handle
it's
business.
called dead. Yeah, all of them. And I'm sitting up in because I had everything. I had a buttermilk king snake. I will never forget this. This is the fun. I had a buttermilk. No, I had a buttermilk king snake. It was a speckled. It's just it's a Gulf coastal phenotype. But some bitch got out. Didn't know about we needless to say we didn't find it. But that just goes to show like the tolerance, because I got cursed out, but I didn't get beat. It was, God damn it, you better find it. And everybody, once we didn't see it no more, it was like, well, maybe he crawled through a board in the floor and got outside. You caught him outside anyway, so it's cool. If I see him, we gonna shoot him. And that's where it was at. Snakes got shot. 14 all day.
Survival.
Number eight, shell shot. All day. All day. Yeah, all day. So
you got a fishing permit?
I do.
So we're gonna take that too.
Yeah, no, don't do that. I'm a veteran. I got the good one.
And when you raised in the church, the snakes tricked everybody into wearing clothes and having bad pregnancies. So,
exactly.
You can't be trusting those snakes.
That's also why we don't have. That's why we don't have fruit in our diet.
That's why we all got clothes on.
Exactly.
You hate that. I know you hate that, Funk. You're an exhibitionist. I understand, but damn.
I hate clothes. I only like socks. That's it.
That's why you spend so much time in the YMCA man showers.
Yeah. Just with a chair. I be with a chair. Just.
You made Hank do the 360 on there. Look at him.
You need to stop talking smack all the time. You know you dirty.
What an odd, disgusting young Oompa Loompa, man.
So, Jeffrey, what do you have to say on this?
Thank you. There you go. Jeff, what you got, man?
I think got lost in the translation. What upset about what?
I was just gonna say you sleep.
How do you feel? How do you feel?
Let me wake my watch up. Watch, wake up. Check up. I've been sitting on the toilet this whole time.
What?
What is wrong with you?
I'm in my bathroom. I'm in my bathroom.
Something's wrong with you.
No wonder it smells funny.
Something is wrong with you. But in all seriousness, people, now Jeffrey, your ass should definitely be up. Please continue and answer the question
of the hot spot.
Wellness.
Like I said,
and how does wellness? Why do you keep fish tanks? How does this affect you? Share your story. Talk your truth.
It calms down my anxiety. I mean, I'm like everybody else. Yeah, I was diagnosed with ADD, whatever you want to call it, but you know, they tried to beat it out of me. Shit, I took them and kept moving.
Yeah.
That's how it was. Corporal punishment to me wasn't nothing but slap on the wrist.
Here, play with.
We got it in school. We got it everywhere. So when I did something wrong, or when I thought I did something that was wrong, or when I was getting punished for ADD, I just chunked it up as and kept moving. So it didn't help me in that way, but as I've become an adult, I use it to just calm my anxiety because I am an anxious person.
Right. So like, I'm gonna drag it out of you, Jeff.
I can get stuck. I got 20 plus tanks. I can get stuck sitting in front of one of them for 2-3 plus hours.
Yep.
I can feed them and just get stuck looking at them. And now I'm looking at this fish and what they're doing over there in that corner. Now I'm looking at what they're doing over there in that corner. And the whole time I'm doing that, my mind is shut down and that anxiety is gone. The thing that I have to think about is gone. I'm at bliss for that small time frame.
So
I'm observing.
This is another thing that y'all don't know about Jeff. So, like, we not good at taking compliments. This is one of the most meticulous people I know when it comes to fish tanks. And I'm going to say it. Because of YouTube, I've had to debunk so much bullshit that he run by me about fish tanks. It ain't even funny. And the sad part about it is I put Jeff on the all-star team of anybody when it comes to fish tanks. And I'm gonna put it to you like this. If this man had the opportunity to show you his fish tanks, you gonna see them. It don't matter if you want to or not. And it's just like we have this saying in the South of always keep your house clean because you don't know when Jesus is coming back. He do the same thing with his fish tanks.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna show you this one. It don't look good. It's got a little bit of black beard algae in it, and I need to trim them immersion buds off that rotella.
And somehow even the black beard algae looks good.
My mom said something similar to that, but it was my underwear. She said, "Don't go out the house with dirty underwear. You gotta wear cleaner in case you get into an accident."
Hey, you gotta relax, bro.
That's what she said. That's what she said.
Hey, yo, you gotta relax.
Read the room, folks. Read the room.
Y'all keep running around with dirty underwear.
Draws. But to my point though, like, explain on that, because like me and you chop it up about this all the time. That pride. We are competitive people by nature. We like healthy competition, but that's just what it is. Ain't no BSing, ain't no lying, ain't no none of that. It's just healthy competition, and we like that pride. We like it when somebody come over and we hold them hostage and be like, no, check this out. Wait, and let me show you what I got going on. Look.
Well, I'm gonna elaborate on that, but I'm taking it back to what you guys were saying earlier about the getting caught up in the algorithm and things of
Please
such.
do.
Social media. People want thanks, wanting likes. People want this dopamine rush from putting things on social media. I don't agree with that. I don't subscribe to it, which is why I don't put none of my fish tanks on camera.
Why put his avatar up there?
It's not that I don't want to share them. It's the fact that if you're in my circle, you're a friend of mine, especially if you come to my house, you're gonna see all my damn tanks. I'm gonna tell you everything about every plant, every fish that's in them. But that's just always been me. I've always been a person that keeps to myself, and I share with the people that's around me. I haven't learned to share with the world yet. But when I share with the world, I feel like I would get caught up in that social media aspect to it. Now I'm looking at numbers. Now I'm looking at this. Now I'm looking at that. Now let me share it and let me do what I do and enjoy with the people around me. My actual circle,
insight,
my immediate circle.
That's a tremendous amount of insight.
And your avatar looks like you're gonna turn Ninja Turtles into turtle soup.
Yeah. I mean,
straight up.
That's the whole point.
It be like that.
It's the mystique of it. I'm a ninja.
But being able to say, I know my tendencies, I know how I am. So for self-preservation purposes, and because I don't want this to be ruined for me because I actually love it, that's a tremendous amount of insight. You see what I'm saying?
That's what I do. Yeah.
You know, so like
don't just throw my
even like how I roll. Y'all will be lucky if y'all get 8 videos from me in a year. And it's the same thing. I love this shit too much, man. I'm sorry. And I'm unapologetically me. I really enjoy this to the point to where no, it wasn't staged for the camera. I was really emotional, Jorge, when you sent me those fish. Like for real. Like I was like, damn,
you're gonna mess up the
them. It's really them.
Throwing it all over the place.
You know? And that's where it's at, man. To me, that's the coolest thing. Like Drew sitting up here with little dude. Like, I don't know y'all like that, but I do. You know? Like when he was going through his stuff, my heart was broke too. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Jay, when you going through your stuff, when you had to move and stuff, I remember that shit. My heart was broke, bruh.
Yeah.
I just left your house. He was in there having a good time, clowning, talking about botanicals and shit. It was dope.
We were talking about Biz.
You know, Big Hank. He was the first person's house I went to that wasn't family when I got to Houston. And he was ready for me to stop by, sit outside, you know, have a cold drink, get a hug, and have him show me all his fish, like to get to see the stuff behind the scenes. I was like, bro, can I put it on? Can I put it on YouTube? You know, and that's where it was at, and that is the importance of this. That's why I called it dark water. Because guess what? How you gonna shed light on something if you ain't got the balls to go through darkness? I mean, my life has been hell, and people, it's family, right? It's growth, and I got you, Jay. It's growth. I'm finna give you an alley-oop. It's growth, right? I've been through hell in my life, but at the end of the day, that's what you got. You know what I'm saying? So, like me saying it's dark water, you gotta forge ahead, man. You gotta be brave. This is gonna go over a lot of people's heads, but especially as men, you gotta be a savage. You gotta be a son of a bitch. And it's not hollering and rah-rahing and talking loud and being disrespectful, brazen, or, you know, without eloquence, grace, and dignity. It is being a son of a bitch, like brutal. It's a responsibility. And your life is just your life, man. I compartmentalize. So who I am on YouTube, it's me at the house. If you pull up, it's me. Everything is everything. It all, you know, it has its boxes, but those boxes go together like pixels to make the big picture. You know what I'm saying? So you got it, Jay. You got it.
Oh, yeah. Mine wasn't as serious as that. I just had a question for anybody, you know, whatever. Like I know Watts is all about you know, this is my stuff. I don't want to show it. How many do you have secret tanks? I got secret tanks.
No, it's not. It's
no. I'm just saying.
It's not that I don't want to show it. I don't want to get caught up into that lifestyle of
I got you
having to do for others, showing my tanks for others. You know, what I'm saying? Trying to get these numbers for others. What you tell me, what happened to you?
Yeah, I got you.
Do what I'm doing and keep what I'm keeping and enjoy what I'm enjoying. I will share them eventually. Not there yet.
But just out of curiosity, I was wondering if you know, Steve or George got secret tanks that they ain't filmed. I always got tanks that I don't want to show because
I do.
Because it's mine. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I can tell you
why. It out there, I feel like I just want something for myself.
I do.
Yeah. What you got?
Like the way I feel about the hobby, and like me, if y'all, and I'm gonna say this, it's about growth. That's why I haven't pulled down any of my videos, because I want people to be able to see that growth. Okay, I want to be able to see that growth, and like me getting my little rhythm, or I guess blooming, finding my, you know, getting my legs up underneath me as far as YouTube's concerned. That's why I like vlogging. I like making art. Because what I found out is YouTube is really invasive. It's so invasive. And the tanks that's mine is mine. And it is invasive because guess what? I don't care about your opinion as far as this specific setup's concerned because it's mine. And for self-preservation purposes only, I choose not to film certain things I got going because some things ain't for everybody to see. Yeah. And I like to do things for a reason. If it's on film, I'm teaching you something. I'm sharing something with you, trying to put a smile on your face, etc. And if I can't do that with something that I have, that's mine, because it is mine. Ain't nobody going to understand it but me. I'm not going to waste your time or mine trying to explain some shit to you that wasn't meant for you to understand. And I think as people, as adults, if we can stay cognizant of that fact right there, everybody will get so much further in life. All the time we make shit that don't have nothing to do with us, about us, and it don't have nothing to do with us. So like, yeah, I got a video on deck. It's edited up. It's ready to come out. Don't know when I'm going to publish it, but it'll be good. It'll be real good. And so, yeah, I do. I got a lot of setups. I might pop them on the gram every now and then, but there's things that'll, they will probably never be on film.
George, you got a secret tank you don't want to show because it's your personal?
More than anything else, it's just a breeding tank. So I don't, it's not even a tank. It's a tub that I have. So to film it, it would be very difficult because it's one of those plastic round 20-gallon
like tote bin.
Tote bin. So I mean, other than me putting the camera in the water, I mean, I'm not going to do that. And
don't count, George. Don't count. You want to show it, but you can't show it. So that's not a secret tank.
Well, no, I mean, I don't have no interest in showing it.
That was good.
But I guess secret tanks. No, I don't have any. I don't think I have any secret tanks.
Well, when I say just ones that you just don't want to film because they're your personal enjoyment, you don't want to share it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not at that stage yet.
How old is that?
I'm not at that stage yet. I think what I have, I don't mind sharing, and I do. So that would not necessarily be the case with me. There's things that happen in the fish room that are necessarily on tanks that I've already shown or shared with people, but you know, breeding happening in them, I don't always do it because the reality is a lot of the times when the fish breed, if the fry make it, they make it. If they don't, they don't. No. And what I'm getting at is because they're in community tanks. They're in community tanks, and I'm not going to fish them out of there to put them on a setup to grow them out. The other thing is, I don't have the availability to offload them as easily as some people. I don't have a local fish store where if I grow fry out, I can go trade in for credit or anything like that. So, usually what happens if they have a batch of fry, if one or two survive, that's good because that just keeps my current populations, just ongoing. And,
good point you just brung up, Jorge. That, like, big facts. I don't want to breed them going crazy like that because I don't have nowhere to offload them. That's grown folk business. Yeah. Along the lines of we sitting up here on YouTube, flashing and dashing, flexing, putting our families in financial turmoil and shit to go get stingrays and arowanas and shit. Next thing you know, I don't give a damn. It's grown folk business. Next thing you know, you got people that watch this, that consume this, emulating that because they're not grown yet. No. They're not there yet. Maybe they do have a mental illness they're struggling with. Maybe they, 2 threads away from being out of touch with reality. So as creators, like what you just said, goes into the purpose.
Before you finish, Aqua Funk, I've seen his secret tanks. Man, y'all didn't know he got shrimp. He got little bitty paquito shrimp. He loves them so much. He looks at them all the time. That's one of his secret tanks. Yes, he does. He has those little fish that eat the skin off your feet. He has that right by his bed. He has that little tank.
Cool. But yeah, no,
what a loser.
But like seriously though, breeding like that, that's just one aspect of many that just don't be mislead. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody ever talks about the damage that's done, the fallout.
Yeah.
What it is we do.
Hey, I pop back in to say one thing that Steve hit on, man. And then I got to get him together and roll out. But when you said that, keeping something to yourself, the world, it'd be a better place. That would be perfect in high schools. We are trying to get these cell phones out of the classroom, and just for that method. You put too much stuff out there that is nobody's business.
Right.
These little kids are getting shot because they telling cats to pull up and I'm at Chuck E. Cheese, and now they spraying up Chuck E. Cheese and everybody getting hit but the person sometimes. Right. Why? Why is that? Why is that much bravado needed for anything like that? And I took that when you said that it went further than tanks for me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just too much. Guy get into it with his girl. He want to put it on social media. Now everybody looking at her crazy. Now she got to do a rebuttal. Now he look crazy. Like it's just too much, bro. It's too much. This little dude calling, man. Hey, I appreciate you guys on the panel. Hopefully we can do this again and make it a thing. And I catch up with all y'all. All right.
All right. You stink.
Right.
You stink. Oh, my bad.
I think really what happens is, especially I think for most of us, is that we grew up in a time where there wasn't a social media. You didn't grow up thinking that it was okay to do that, to share every single thing that happens from. That's why I never understood people posting stuff like the meal they're about to eat. I never. I'm
a chef. I like food art. But I got you. I ain't gonna.
What I'm saying is, you're gonna sit down and have an intimate meal with your spouse, but yet here you are. You kind of ruin that intimate moment by doing that. But that's because we grew up in a time where that didn't exist. Nowadays, kids
stays in the house.
Yeah, right. Nowadays kids, and I know because I see it with my own kids, with my grandkids, they're 4, 5, and they already had cell phones. And I was like, what are you guys doing? But as a grandparent, you really can't interject too much because ultimately that's their children and they're raising them how they think it's best for them to do it. Because I can remember when I was their age, if somebody was even my parents were trying to don't hey, that's their mind. I'll raise them how I see fit. So I respect that, but that really does make a big difference. As we are of an age, most of us here in this panel, or I think all of us, where my first cell phone wasn't until 20-something. When I was 20-something,
I was in Germany in the army.
Me too. Like for real. I had a beeper though.
And even those phones, you couldn't upload a picture or you couldn't do any of that stuff. You know, I grew up. My generation was the beeper generation. That was you were the cool person if you had a little beeper, and you know you're trying to funk the front that you were something else that you weren't. And half the time you're just turning it off and turning it on so it would beep.
You're right, boobs on it, upside down.
Yeah. Oh hell, yeah, exactly. You know, yeah. But right there, talking about that responsibility, right? For Watts and Jason too, chime in, please, right? How can we challenge? Like, because we the stewards of this shit now. We like next in line for being like the OGs, if you will. So how do we basically put forward that challenge to everybody, number one, and then number two, kind of hold people to a standard and take it upon ourselves to steward this the way that it needs to be stewarded, because I'm not one of them closed-minded people. Social media is amazing. FishTube is amazing. But with freedom comes responsibility. There you go. Yeah, we need to get smoking so we can afford the sound effects and shit.
let me real fast, because I gotta go too. I'm be honest with you, this social media thing ain't going away. There's no way, you know. I mean, people at home. It has to start at home with the parents saying, "Listen, this is not real life. This is a little piece that somebody wants to show you." You know what I mean? Don't live your life based on social media. Don't believe everything you read. Don't. It has to start at home. It ain't going. Social media ain't gonna fix social media. It has to start at home. That's just me.
Let me throw something on top of what you just said. Real talk. Mm-hmm. It starts at home, just like you said, right?
Yeah.
So when we sitting up here talking about grown folk business as men, the internet infiltrates into people's homes. So that responsibility is multifaceted. It's double-edged. Yeah. Just like we had the responsibility for me to teach my sons that the BS they see on anything electric is just that BS. It's also my responsibility that when I get on a camera, that I'm not going to do nothing that I wouldn't do with my kids around. Right. Y'all figure that out for yourselves. I'm exactly the same way. I'm raising a man.
But look, y'all, I got to bounce. I appreciate you for having me on your panel.
Thank you.
No, thank you
for coming by and accepting.
Right.
All right, you guys take it easy. Only I don't know how to get the hell out of here because
I'll get you up.
I was just about to say it's amazing if it's used correctly, man. And that brings me back to that point, man, that you was talking about with the kids, man. I think I got them all right, man. I got them something. He like eating something. So look, it could be a great tool. It could be an asset. But, you know, when it comes to putting out stuff where, you know, your video, I'm sorry, I keep talking from a student point of view as a teacher.
No apology necessary.
I don't know how else to speak because it's so prevalent in it's a problem everywhere in every school. And how did we get through school in the 80s and the 90s where we didn't have cell phones? And if we did, we never brought them. You know what I'm saying? Like George was saying, it was a beeper or a pager or something back then. Man, if you wanted to call our mama, they got phones in the classroom. They got phones at the secretary. You got sent to the office. There's no need for you to have that so that you could talk about who about to fight or, well, look at what they said to me on Facebook or TikTok or whatever the case is. Now you're trying to do TikTok videos every second that you get, man. Are we still on that topic or am I just?
Yeah, no, you're on point.
So, if used correctly, it could be a great tool. It could be a way to get yourself out there, promote business, become an entrepreneur and all of that stuff. But you got to be cognizant of what you put out there and the energy that you use to fuel it with. Hey, that's a pizza box. How did you even Bro, just eat the crackers. What are you doing? You're just an overachiever, man. You never wanted me to have fun, man. Just never. But
well,
that's where I'm at with them. My bad.
And I think it goes back to again to the original question: what's our responsibility as fish keepers? But I'm going to take it a step further. I think our responsibility is being a role model for the younger up and coming hobbyists, and also other people that might be watching our videos. We can be on social media and still be an example to be followed. I mean, and a lot of it, like it's just being genuine, who you are, and not trying to pretend to be something that you don't have or you're not.
That's real too, but you also got to think about the people who really are dirtbags. Like that's who they really are. Like, they're really showing you this. They want to show you that. Or, the people that have been who they really are and it's not working for them. They want to do something better. So they've got to strike up controversy and drama because face it, reality TV gets more love than documentaries. The news, fake news or whatever it is, gets more runs like police are chasing this guy. Somebody got shot here. Everybody wants to go see that more at 11. But a community builds up a farm next to the inner city. That gets like one view. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a cynical world we live in, man. I hate to even bring kids up in it, much less have to teach the youth.
You brought up a good point.
I always do that to you, Steve. I always bring up good points.
No, real talk. They posting all this, putting people's business out, running back, telling whoop-de-whoop, blam, blam, blam. Next thing you know, they spraying up Chuck E. Cheese, and all you got is innocent bodies because an assumption was made, because some inaccurate information, because some BS, because people make things about themselves that ain't about them, and it's everywhere. So, like, going into the creator responsibility, because you do focus on the kids a lot. Fish tanks is appealing to kids. There's no other way to say it. Kids like fish tanks. And the whole reason I even made my channel was because of the incident at the Petco that one time. I saw this young gentleman, little dude, he was with his grandma. She was buying him a bed of fish, and the lady was trying to ask the people basically how to take care of the fish. And it was one of them shut up and dribble situations. And, give us your money. And I was pissed. So we're at the cash register, and the lady, which was that little boy's grandma, actually, she was continuing to ask the people questions. She had to make some stops while she was out running errands. She wanted to know if the fish would be okay to wait in the car while she ran into the Walmart real quick. They were ignoring her, and I couldn't do it no more. I was like, "Excuse me, ma'am. I overheard you and I saw you back there. That fish will be fine in the car. It'll be fine. They're from tropical areas. That fish will be fine." And there was a box behind the counter, so I deboed the cashier people because they had pissed me off. And I was like,
"You should go to jail." Did you go behind the cashier?
I don't care. Damn near. And I was like, "Say, homie, get that box right there so this lady can put all her stuff in it because she don't need to put that fish on the floorboard." And he gave her the box and folded it in. And the lady was so happy, she hugged me and tried to give me money. And she was like, "Thank you so much." And I was like, "I don't want your money, man. I couldn't do that." So she gave me a bunch of Petco coupons. And then I got the little dude, and I was like, "Hey, little dude, you on the internet? Your mama let you be on the internet? You got a phone or iPad or something?" He was like, "Yes, sir." I said, "Listen." I grabbed one of those, those little care sheets they have at Petco for every fish.
Mm-hmm.
I gave him that care sheet, and I said, "Look here, little dude. You take this right here, and you Google everything on there that you possibly can. And you learn how to read this stuff. That way you don't never have to ask nobody no questions. And when you do ask questions, you got a little bit of substantial information to go off of. That way you know if it's true or not, because you got a little baseline to go off of. And he said, thank you. I gave him a little fist pound and went on about my business. That right there spurred Warrior Planet Tanks, the YouTube channel, because I was just selling plants, man. That spurred the YouTube channel. I just really wanted to just come on and debunk a bunch of stuff, desensationalize it, demystify it. So everybody, I just wanted to make the hobby more inclusive on YouTube. And that's what I'm doing. That's why I'm on YouTube. I got a job. Don't get it twisted. I got money. We eat. I got a roof. I don't care about that. I wouldn't turn it down if it came, but that's not my purpose. My purpose is sharing, man, making it better. That's it. Just making it better. That's all. And I can't be nothing but me. So if it's gold teeth, if it's profanity, like that ain't got that, like it. Another person's interpretation of me has nothing to do with me.
That's real.
Because what I'm putting out is what I'm putting out.
And honestly,
my soul is the only one I can serve.
Honestly, all the gold teeth and curse words I see in kids 16 and under will put you to shame. So that ain't nothing but older people gripes.
Exactly. And I ain't spending that. Sorry. I have a few. I have a few of them. I do. But no, not even. I see you on the Oscars. Slide me a DM.
All right, you guys. I really do got to go this time,
Yeah,
man. I hate popping in and out, but I keep hearing it, and I be wanting to say something, man. This is great. We can't do this all in one session, bro. We got to do something else.
This is going to be a continuance. We're trying to tell the people.
All right.
And that's kind of why we decided to call the panel a name, give it a name, because it's something we wanted to be reoccurring.
Right.
And it might not be every week. As a matter of fact, we don't know when, but it'll just be one of those things when we feel the need that we need to come together and take on whatever we want to talk about, that, you know, where the people understand when we say dark water, what we're talking about.
Well, listen, count me in, man. Until then, you guys enjoy your Saturday. Appreciate everybody for coming in. Everybody in the chat, man, is showing love. I appreciate you all. Everybody, man. One love. Love everybody, man. Be easy.
Already.
All right.
Jeff, you got any closing remarks? Go ahead, Jeff. Take us home, please.
Nah, Drew pretty much left with it. What I was trying to tell him before he left was that dark water is just it's a theme. It's not just dark water. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be a theme. It's going to be a lot of things. It's going to be a hashtag. It's going to be a stream. It's going to be your actual tanks with dark water. That's what it is.
That's what it is. It's an amalgam of everything. And there's good stuff in there.
And that's pretty much it.
All right.
We definitely appreciate you.
I really want to thank everybody that stuck around with us. We're almost at 2:15. You know, this is by far the longest stream that we've done. I know we typically do an hour and a half, but I told Steve today we couldn't do that today. It was just it was such a special situation that we had going on that we wanted to go until, you know, it naturally came to an end. And I think that time is now. I really want to thank you guys because it is a Saturday and you guys are taking this time to be here and share it with us. This to me tells me that what we're doing has some weight, and we want to continue to do that. I want to thank you very much. You know, if you get an opportunity to share this with other people that you might think could benefit from it, please do.
Please.
Anything?
That was well said, Jorge. That was well said. No, thank each and every one of you guys for that time that you've given us. I really appreciate it for rocking, especially all y'all that rocked all the way to the end. This was amazing. When y'all see the word dark water, the combination of words, remember us. This is what it is. Put some movement. Let's get some movement going behind it. At the end of the day, we're going to start a hashtag, taking the hobby back. That's what we're doing. I would not know these people. Now I'm trying to tell you, if it wasn't for something so benign, like a damn fish tank, a fish tank. I'm not a weirdo. I'm beautiful. But it's a fish tank, though. And I love y'all, man, because of that. Like, dead ass. This is cool. That's all I got, man. Thank you guys so much once again. We got 8 seconds to 2:15. I like numbers. It just don't feel right.
So
peace out, man.
You guys.
Love it.
All right.
Bet.